And they hate that. And they hate that.
Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Robertson. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll roll him out right. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun, because if his game plan goes into effect early, We're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
This is taken at about the 14. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Back to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. 7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd and 3 from the 9.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and goal from the 1.
And they'll run again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Now the extra point try forthcoming.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And he rifles one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 27 yards.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a dump off here complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Robertson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. Back to throw now on first down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 8.
Now back to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense.
They find themselves trailing on the scoreboard, but it certainly hasn't been because of what they've been able to do at the receiver position.
And let's face it, partner, we've been around a lot of receivers. Has it ever been their fault when things aren't going well? We know how they operate, right? And right now what they're saying is, well, guess what? If we want to win, throw it to us even more. We're the ones making the plays.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 5. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hudson. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. From the 6. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We get started up in Motown, San Francisco in town to take on Detroit in Dan Campbell's debut as head coach. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. The Buccaneers able to start the season off on the right foot as they get the win at home in their season opener. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Falcons playing well in their opener, trying to send their sellout crowd home happy. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now a handoff looking right.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now they try the right side here. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. They go screen. This is Ingram. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that gets him back within 10.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and they end up making the play.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, good move. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Right back to him on 1st down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hudson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards left on 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. The drive starts with a completion left side, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2nd and 2. Complete to Washington.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 3. Got an open man. It's Washington.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And this one is right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, The quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And out now come the Seahawks. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A throw over the middle taken in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Not much there, only a yard. 2nd and 9 now. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Now he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it a 2nd down. This will be caught inside the 10, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to... And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They're going to look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Finding Washington.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And now here's a carry heading left. Room here to run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Indy set to go on offense once more.
Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So the victory here for Seattle. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Seahawks, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.